Hey guys, it's me, Cyrats, and after months of development, me and my team have finally decided to reveal my latest project. Unnamed Reactor Science's U-Core Computer Core Meltdown Freeze Down in Tech Lab 2 Remastered Born Fam. In this game you keep core running, or will you blow it up? Your choice. This is going to be my best project yet, and I hope you all enjoy.
I mean, look at the bright side. You tried your hardest. YouTubers almost never make YouTube their sole source of income. If you reach that high of a popularity level, then you're gonna want to branch out at least a bit. And what do all the big YouTubers have? Money. And what can you do with money? Hire people! Which is why a lot of Roblox YouTubers decide to hire some developers on payroll in order to make them a custom game. Some of them are really well made and well crafted, while the others... No! Either way though, these games exist, so I'm gonna talk about them. How it works is that we're going to watch a YouTuber's video on the first release version of the game that they own. Then, we'll see if it holds up today. So without further ado, let's get started on Sea Cleaning Simulator. Sea Cleaning Simulator was created for the MrBeast Team Seas movement. By the time this video came out though, Ryan Trahan was doing his 30 Days Across America challenge. So, in this video, they included something for him too. The game looked actually surprisingly well modeled through the video. You basically go around with a boat and collect trash. I'll explain more when we get to the actual gameplay, which is right now. When I joined the game, I was greeted with one of the best logo animations I've seen for a game. Now, in terms of actual gameplay, first I got a fully voice-acted tutorial. It was pretty good, however a lot of stuff it mentioned could probably be figured out quite easily. The monetization wasn't too bad, it just had your generic lucky stuff, ×2 stats, you know, the deal. Along with your typical boosts. The main gameplay consists of going around the place and picking up trash, as mentioned earlier. However, you need to upgrade your boat in order to get a specific level of trash. My curiosity is, why are we feeding all of this trash to the definitely evil trash monster that speaks? I don't know, I guess there was like a plans for a final boss or something. Opening some eggs, the pets actually look extremely well modeled, probably the best I've seen for a simulator. They don't even look like they're from a simulator, they look like they're from like a Disney movie or something. Props to the team for the modeling here. And I could never get in the boat again in that server. The game sadly died off, now residing at under 10 players active at once. Tree Planting Simulator was the game's predecessor. It was made during the initial Team Trees movement instead of Team Seas. Why did I talk about the other one first? I have no idea. There's nothing really that different in the video opposed to the gameplay, however. This game, however, is just a lot more tedious. First, you gotta click a plot in order to dig. Then, you gotta hold it down to plant it. Wait for it to grow, and boom, now your tree gradually produces seeds. Monetization's a lot worse in my opinion. The 5,000 Robux laser beam, the 5,000 Robux trees. Not to mention that they persist after rebirths. I mean, yeah, obviously, except that would be a bit pay to win now, wouldn't it? There's actually voice acting in this game too, which I like. Also, I love the detail of like the little cell thing floating around. I do think it's a bit monotonous to gain money in order to do things, however. Plus, you don't permanently unlock your saplings. You gotta buy more of them. Oh yeah, also, I got on the rebirth leaderboard! With no rebirths. Toilet Tower Defense was a tower defense game based off Skibbity Toilet. The hub world looked pretty basic, and the maps did too, at least in the video. However, this was pretty early in development, so let's go ahead and give it a shot in the actual game. Okay, obviously fake board mood aside, this hub is a massive upgrade from the original. Like, oh my god, I cannot stress how much better this is. For a skibbity toilet game, this is surprisingly well modeled. In terms of Robux stuff, we just have the generic 0.1% stuff, the exclusive stuff, the game passes, you know, everything that you would expect out of a simulator or a tower defense game. Either one. I joined the tutorial map and placed down my level 1 speaker man. As the enemies slowly approached me, I continued to upgrade it and place down more units. My base units were actually dealing with them pretty well, and with 3 of them, I could easily clear out the entire lot. Until it happened. Out of absolute nowhere, an evil wave spawned, and spawned enemies that were 8 times more powerful than my previous enemies. They expect to throw that at a starter player? I'm not sure if I was hilariously unlucky or what, but my units were not equipped to deal with this, especially since it had stun capabilities. I had to place and sell multiple units if I wanted to win this. Seriously, this was my first game. What happened? After barely fending off the evil wave, the game continued as normal. Ironically though, the evil wave was not the biggest of my troubles, as when my seemingly solid wall of speakermen showed up against the boss toilet, it just only did a third of it, in which I had to continue the stressful strategy of selling and replacing my units all the way until the boss died. But eventually, I did persevere and win. Yay, I won, yay, yay. Alien was interesting because I only found one video on this game by the creator, besides from a live stream. I mean, obviously, like, people played it, but it just seemed weird to me that I was only able to find one video from the game's creator about this. I would have, like, assumed that they'd made videos on updates, but I couldn't find any. I could be mistaken, however. The video is basically just a basic rundown of Chapter 1 of the game. Nothing too special, just looks like Piggy but with an alien with a lightsaber. Now, let's check out this game's awesome lore. Our hero of this story is Dr. Rick, trying to save his daughter Cindy from being kidnapped, who definitely doesn't resemble any other character in fiction whatsoever. Upon accessing the factory in the Sky Void, accessed by going on the floating road, we enter in. Now, this is literally just Piggy but with a different map. I'm not even going to pretend it's a different game gameplay-wise, because it isn't. This is just Piggy. Find keys, open doors, escape the big bad. You've heard of this before, haven't you? I did not complete this game because nobody else was playing and I got caught. The skins for this game were definitely unlicensed characters, like, oh my god, they did not get the rights for Captain America for this game. Monetization besides that's, like, fine, just everything you'd expect besides the definitely licensed characters. I did manage to find the ending online, though. So this is Tofu's game, Munching Masters. It's a weightlifting simulator type game. Except, this just makes me uncomfortable from looking at it, so I'm just gonna skip it and get to the next game. No, wait, go back! Go back! I thought we were done with games where you find things. Well, here we are. Welcome to Find the Lankybox Characters, the game where you find the Lankybox characters. Now, while I was playing this game, I got an advertisement for a Win the Game pass. You have no idea how livid these types of passes make me. Why would you even decide to play the game if you could just win it with Robux? It defeats the entire point. After finding Rocky, we can finally progress to the next area. Lankybox Concert.
Welcome to Roblox, I wanna play with you. Welcome to Roblox, it's better with you.
For some reason, I could just not find a video of Lankybox playing this game despite this being by their payroll studio. It's what you'd expect to have a typical concert thing, just random scenes showing up and you sometimes being teleported into the main area, sometimes not. Fortnite dances, whatever, cool effects, I guess, whatever you qualify as cool. All in one 20-minute experience I left after the first song. I mean, like, they did what they could, I guess. Welcome to Lankybox Tale, where we meet Lans. Okay, not really, but still, it's Lankybox Story. And considering how there are supposed to be multiple people in this game, but it's only me, I feel like it's just off. Like, the game expects at least, like, 3 people to be in a game, while it's just giving all of the dialogue to me. Anyways, so after enrolling in Lankybox School, a fate worse than death, we are told by Miss Piggy to sit down. My favorite teacher in the world, Miss Piggy, with the note saying, "I should have listened to her. I regret everything I've done." That itself should be a giant red flag. So after the power goes out in the most predictable fashion in a story game I've ever seen, we are given the choice to either escape the classroom or to stay. Ironically enough, the easier ending is actually the good ending. Don't know how that works. I guess it's just like resist the intrusive thoughts, I guess that's the challenge. Either way, I decided to stay because I'm a good boy and I decided not to go in the oversized vent. It then becomes recess time where we play recess. Recess sucks. So then, Pony from Piggy goes ahead and gives us study answers for the test. Where, oh no, we have to memorize! Oh no, whatever will I do? Surely I can't just... After coming home to my parents in the free model house, my parents are Lankybox in this universe, it's time to go training. Because everybody keeps a death-defying obstacle course in their backyard. The test is worth 100% of our grade. Alright, now, let's see what the test is like. My ass is failing this test. So, the test first has you going through mud, which is basically just spamming jump and getting through the piggy walls, I guess that's what you call them. Also, there's like this random piggy NPC that chases you, I don't know why. I then do the totally not cheated memory test. Wow, I'm so good at memory, guys. And then climb up and I win, I guess. You just sit here until timer runs out, I think. But either way, I won! I did it! I beat the first chapter of Lankybox Story! I can't believe I passed! Let's go! I am in constant agony! Based on the video made for Tower Defense X, this actually looks like it has a lot of promise. The animations are good, the stuff in it looks good, in reality it just looks like a really cool game. And this is just the release version. What about the stuff that we have now? And I love the aesthetic of the actual game. The map I played on, Singularity, looked beautiful with the shading. I couldn't believe that this was a tower defense game. I mean, like, sure, it played like a tower defense game, but it just looked really, really good. I am super excited to see what this development team will put out next. Our first of final 3 games is Tapper Simulator. All 3 of these last 3 games are going to be owned by Russo. And 2 out of 3, I've played and basically beat myself. This game was pretty decent at launch, considering looking at this video. It had a leaderboard, it had semi-well modeled eggs, you actually flapped to the islands. The pets were also decently modeled too. It even had golden rainbow pets at launch. Now, what's the actual game like? Abandoned. I played this game as updates were coming out. I got the secret pets. You basically tap so you can rebirth, and then use those rebirths to get upgrades in which you can use to get more taps, and then you also spend those taps on eggs to hopefully hatch for the secret pet. Unfortunately, though, the secret pets themselves became obsolete if you go ahead and wait a few updates. I mean, yeah, sure, you could trade them, and if you trade them, yeah, sure, you could get stuff, but besides that, nothing. They did have a Christmas event with a boss that I didn't play before, primarily because I quit before, and while I was playing it, my PC crashed. I'm not kidding, this game was that good. It just got really repetitive after a while, and I think the player base realized that. So eventually, the player count dwindled, and the game just stopped getting updated at all. Which I feel like is the fate for a lot of these games we've played. Yes, some of them succeed, however most just get left in the dust. The game's predecessor, Tapping Gods, was so abandoned that they even left the studio. They rebranded to an entirely new one, Games But Blue, after this. This was like semi-unique at the time. It was like, you know, a generic simulator but with like flap to the next island kind of stuff, kind of like Ninja Legends, like, and before. It was like, okay? I played this one the entire time too. However, as you'll soon see, the game suffered an unfortunate fate. Let me tell you a tale. As the game went on, and as people got new pets and such, there was a big problem that arose. The game had suffered from a massive memory leak, and it was unplayable for a lot of people. It got worse and worse over time, until eventually the developers made the decision to rewrite the entire game. This took months, and as time went on, the game just faded into obscurity. By the time the game was back, nobody really cared anymore. I mean, yeah, sure, people were excited for the new world, but only one area was added to said new world. What's worse about these games being abandoned is because the Robux that you spend on these games get abandoned too. I bought every Game Pass except the 4,000 Robux one, and what do I get out of it now? Nothing. Sure, every game has to stop updating eventually, but this just feels more like they abandoned us than they just decided to quit. And technically, both is true. All of the games I've seen quit on an event. Well, most of them. The final game that we'll be looking at today is Wizard Battle Simulator. I never even bothered to play this game because I just assumed that it would meet the same fate as Tapping Gods and Tapper Simulator. And I was right. Based on this footage though, it does look pretty unique with its 3 different powers. Maybe we'll have like tons of different spells and ways to fight players and stuff. Now, let's see what the actual gameplay's like. Wait, no, it can't be. No! This is just Pull a Sword! Of all the games, Pull a Sword is the one that they had to clone. There are like 50 billion of them. I did an entire video on this. Robux eggs, egg luck tiers, everything is here. Even potions that give you specific tiers of pets and infinite potions, cause why not? And the time quest too, cause like it's just these kinds of games, you know. This game copied the absolute worst cash grab simulator, and it still died. This is just sad to me that they had to stoop this low in order to get some product out. I just can't. I mean, it's not like these developers made this by choice. They were obviously told to do this, but still. Either by Russo or by the game designer. All I can really say is, damn. And so ends our trip in the wild world of YouTuber games. It's quite obvious by now, almost none of them made it themselves. I mean, yeah, sure, some of them did have a part in their development, however, most of them just put developers on payroll. And yeah, I'm not going to discredit these developers either. They did what they could. Some of them create actual enjoyable products, but the reality is, the second these YouTubers stop talking about their games, they just die off. You don't want to make just another generic game for the sake of money. You want a game that will last. You want a sustainable game. Because with these simulators, the moment that they're done with the game, people will stop playing. Tower Defense X is doing this very well. It has a game with good visuals, it constantly gets updates, which I love, and it's the best that this kind of genre has to offer. While the other games we've seen just get abandoned. Yeah, some things will stick, like Toilet Tower Defense, but most of them are gone. As I've mentioned at the start of this video, you can't rely on YouTube only if you're a YouTuber for money. And if you want to create a career out of Roblox 2, you need to create an engaging experience. One that will get you money that isn't a cash grab. One that people will keep coming back to even if you stop talking about it. That's how you make a YouTuber game.
Hey, Star?
Yeah, Masai?
I just wanted to say thank you for giving me coding tips on my game. Even if you do leave me in a white void all the time that I'm not seeing you, you make for a pretty good pal.
Thank you. I'll be sure to give you and Starism some better living conditions sometime. I need time though, I can't do it instantly.
Understandable. See you around, Star.
See you around, buddy. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Perfect.